So tomorrow afternoon, Arsenal take on Manchester City at the Emirates Stadium, and it's a game that we must win. It's basically a six-pointer. Man City are 6 points behind us. If we beat them, we go 9 points in front of them. If we lose, they close the gap to 3. So it's like a six-pointer, isn't it? Especially with the top teams in the league. We don't need them on our coattails. We need to get well in front of them. We need to keep in front of Man City, keep them well behind, well where they belong this season, because they have been pretty poor this year. I'm not saying Arsenal have been much better, but what I am saying is they've not been up to scratch this season, and it was since the Haaland pop at Arteta at the Etihad early on in the season, which wound up being a 2-2 draw, which we was winning in that first half 2-1 until Trossard got sent off by that joke of a referee, Michael Oliver. But let's not get into that now. That's I've already expressed my thoughts on Michael Oliver. But since then, Man City they've not really been at the races, have they? They've been pretty poor, and I'm glad of that. I'm glad since he told Arteta to be humbled, they're being humbled at the minute. But you know what happens, don't you? When a team like Man City goes on a poor run of form, one day, one team is going to get a serious good hiding, and they're going to pay for it. So I'm just hoping it's not going to be us. But we're at the Emirates. We're pretty solid there at home. I'm quietly confident. I do fancy, I fancy it being a tight. I think it's going to be quite exciting, but can't see a lot of goals. I think it's going to be like a tight game, but it's going to be a bit, similar styles. It's going to be a tight 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm going to go for, but I'm excited for it and I'm nervous at the same time. So it's very difficult to predict the scoreline in a game like that. You don't want to go against your own team. You want to be, you want to support your own team, and you don't want to be pessimistic about it. You want to be optimistic. You know what I mean? So you don't really want to think, oh no, we're going to get beat here today. I don't want to feel like that. I never want to feel like that. But there are certain times when I think to myself, oh, we might be in for an hiding here, or we might get beat here. Don't fancy our chances. But against City at the moment, the way they've been playing, I know they've had a little slight resurgence in recent weeks, but they don't look the team they have been for the last 4 years, do they? And Haaland hasn't been firing all cylinders this season either. So I'm hoping it's the football gods up there that have bit them in the arse for their arrogance and entitlement of being the best team in the world and then carrying it over. And when you see scenes like that, like you did at the Etihad Stadium, sometimes arrogance bites you in the arse. And I'm glad that they've been brought back down to earth a little bit. And, they could come back. I'm not writing them off for any way, shape or form in this game, or even in a title race, because it only takes a couple of draws from Liverpool and then we're all quietly back into it. They've got a derby against Everton, their game in hand. That could end up a draw. Everton are starting to play a lot better now since Moyes has gone back there. So you never know what might happen. And Liverpool have got a lot of harder games. Arsenal have had most of their hard games already this season. We played, Spurs. We played Newcastle. We played Villa. We played Liverpool once. We played City. We're playing City now again tomorrow. So we've played a lot of our hard games already. They've got a little bit of a difficult run coming up, Liverpool. So anything could happen. There's plenty of points to play for. I'm not writing Arsenal off by any way, shape or form. But do I think we can win the title without buying a striker within the next 3 days? Because don't forget, it's Saturday today as I'm making this video. It's about, what's the time? 1:30 in the afternoon. And, there's not a lot of time left to sign players. Linked with Vlahovic again today. I don't want Dusan Vlahovic anywhere near the club, man. But at this moment in time, I'm starting to think I'll take anyone. I know Watkins' deal's died off. I don't think that's going to happen. It'd be a miracle if that happens, even though Aston Villa are apparently showing some interest in loaning Marcus Rashford from Man United till the end of the season. That could possibly mean open the door maybe for a Watkins exit to Arsenal. We know he's an Arsenal fan, but I can't see it happening. I think it's all just, hype and hope coming from the Arsenal fan base at the moment. But the links of Vlahovic, I'm not too over the moon about it, to be honest. It doesn't excite me in any way, shape or form. I want to see a Gyökeres coming in, or Watkins even. Watkins Premier League ready. I know Isak is totally out of the question. I'm not being deluded by any way, shape or form there either. So Isak, we know, is out of the question, especially for this transfer window, especially, you know, because Newcastle are playing so well themselves at the moment. But yeah, if we can go and invoke the release clause for Gyökeres, I'll be over the moon. And, you know, that would make a big, massive difference for us. But I don't think a Vlahovic is going to make a massive difference at all. Ollie Watkins would Premier League ready. I'll be excited about that. But anyway, back to the game. Let's stop talking about transfers because, you know, it's this ain't a transfer video. This is supposed to be a preview for the Man City game. So after saying all that and saying that, you know, I think it's a good time to play Man City at the moment. You know, they are beatable. They're beatable. If Spurs can beat them 4-0, I'm sure Arsenal can. So let me give you my team selection. I've done a video. I've said it already on my live stream I did on Thursday night, and on True Gooners channel last night I said it. But let me just do this video and let the people that watch my channel know what team I would go for. And it's not what Arteta would probably go for because I've got a different formation. I'm not doing a predicted lineup that I think Arteta would go for. I'm going to do the team that how I would set up against Manchester City. Now I'm going with Raya in goal, and hopefully he's fit because Neto wasn't the guy, was he? Against Girona, it was nearly a catastrophe, weren't it? But anyway, Raya in goal, right back Julian Timber, Saliba, Gabriel in the centre half positions, and the left back I am going. I know people were saying about Calafiore's older, he's a bit more experienced. I'm going with Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'm going with him, man. I think he's a baller. I don't care if he's only 18. I think he's a baller, and I'm going with him. Calafiore can come off the bench if it don't work out. So, yeah, I'm sticking with him. I'm going for the 4-2-3-1. So that's your back four and your keeper. Then I'm going with two defensive midfield players against City. I think you might need them. But Declan Rice and Thomas Partey sitting there just exactly, yeah, Vieira and Petit used to do back in the day, back in the 90s, early 2000s. They was a brilliant pairing of maybe when Petit left, it was Gilberto Silva with Vieira. But that really works. And I think it could be brilliant for Arsenal against Man City with Declan Rice and Thomas Partey sitting there in them holding midfield players. One can sit, one can go and join the attack. They can take turns in doing it. They're both capable. Then across the midfield, attacking midfield, over on the right-hand side is my boy, new star boy, Ethan Nwaneri. He definitely starts over there on the right-hand side for me. On the left-hand side, I'm going to give it to Raheem Sterling. Sterling, all right, I've coated him off a little bit, I get that. But I think I want to use Martinelli somewhere else. I'm going to surprise you. Or maybe not surprise you. You might be thinking the same thing. But over on that left-hand side, Sterling, he had his best game against Girona for Arsenal, I think, this season over there on that left. He plays on the left better than he does on the right. I think he's more comfortable over on the left. And although I did say he runs around like an headless chicken, I think he will be... That'll be his game. And the right back for Man City, I can't remember his name. I think he can cope with him, cutting inside. I think that'd be a good fit. If it don't work, we can swap it all around. In the 10 position, behind the striker, is Leandro Trossard. Now, I know what you're thinking. You said, Lee, you can't put Martinelli and Trossard in the same team. You said that. It doesn't work. But I'm talking about this position, changing the positions around because I'm putting Martinelli in front of Trossard centrally as the number 9 striker. I'm dropping Odegaard. I'm dropping Havertz. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think I'm mad? Put your selections in there as well and your score predictions. Mine is 2-1 Arsenal. Let me know what you think.